Evening, everybody. It's 5:30 on Wednesday, and this is your closing comment video number 1411 for this Wednesday. Okay, in case you missed it, retail sales were dead flat, but ex autos, they were actually up 4 tenths, and ex autos and gas, they were actually up 7 tenths. So it just shows you how much of a drag on retail sales not having autos on the lot to sell and having to buy gas up here. Also, today's today's inventories showed oil with a 7 million barrel um, drawdown versus last week's 5 million barrel addition. On gasoline, it was down 4.6 million, and that is on top of last week's down 5 million. So pretty interesting. Okay, so we had the first down day, and who remembers how long? It was not very exciting. It was particularly orderly. Volume was a little higher. The Dow was down 325 at the low, came all the way back up to actually in the green for a nanosecond around 245, and then sold back down. But it wasn't really a rush. Advanced declines were 4-1 to the downside on the NYSE. NASDAQ, which has run a little further and came in a little more, down 164 and change, or 1.25%, and it was 3-1 to the downside there. As I said, volume was a little bit higher at 5.1. I think yesterday was 4.4 or so. That's pretty much what's normal. But I also have to say that both yesterday and today, volume was a little bit higher all by itself with Best Buy. Today, so far in extended hours, it has traded a total of 256 million shares. So when you add, you know, when it's 5.1 billion and you're adding a quarter of a billion in one stock, you can see how it gets a little bit skewed. S&P down 31. Second biggest loser was the Russell, down 33.22 or 1.64, but the biggest loser was the transports, down 294 and change, 1.94%. The VIX, on the other hand, was only up 21 cents. So that's kind of a surprise. I mean, that's 1%, and it's down at below $20, closed 19.90 today. Okay, chart on the screen. Oh, before I get to the chart on the screen, in the Dow, we had only 7 stocks up, 22 down, and Johnson & Johnson unchanged. I mention that because really the biggest movers today were Boeing taking 32 Dow points off, Triple M and Visa taking 18 apiece, and Disney taking 15. There were no other stocks in double digits, so it was across the board, but it was really not a lot of big changes. So I think that speaks well. I think we need a little bit of a pullback here, but the fact of the matter is, this was a very orderly day today. There was no rush. Okay, as I said, the chart on the screen is the oil, and as you can see, it made a low, slightly higher low, lower high. So this is an inside day. Inside days usually not significant because the market doesn't move in one direction or the other. What I will show you, however, is on the weekly, this is the area. I drew this line on Sunday before this week's market. This was, a topping area, a breakout on the parabolic move, came down, came up here with a lower high. Now, if we continue down and we break this area, let's say we go, well, there's still some fairly decent support below that. I just want to point out that the fundamentals say one thing and the chart says another, and frankly, I've learned the hard way to go with the chart. Gold was down another 13 today. What was also, by the way, in the energies, which were the only one of my 13 sectors that was up. We had the nat gas make a new recovery high early this morning. The old high was 966 the day of the uh, um, Freeport, Texas fire and explosion, where we came straight down. Um, and we bottomed here, and today we hit 967.77. I know that that doesn't seem like much versus 966.4, but yesterday and then again today, these are the highest closes in this recovery. This is on a weekly basis. On a daily basis, it's been above that for a couple of days, but as you can see, it looks pretty interesting. As I said, the gold was down 13, Bitcoin was down 700, the dollar was up a dime, so not very much, and the bonds were down 29.30 seconds. As far as stocks go, from this morning's stuff, we had most of these lower. Uh, Target was actually down almost $7 this morning. It finished down only 472 or 2.6%. TJX was down this morning. It was only down about $1 or so at 65 and change, but it closed 68.60, up almost $2 or 2.9. Lowe's was really kind of all over the place. It was up 278. It was back to lower. Finally finished the day 215.52, up 140. And as far as the meme stocks go, Bed Bath and Beyond traded 30, and currently it's trading at 18 and a half. So it's had a range so far today of 30 to 18.12, last 18 and a half, and that's down about $2.50 or about 9%. As I said, 256 million shares. And Teva, I don't know why Teva was affected this way today, but frankly, we needed a little bit of pullback. The stock went from $7 to basically 11 and a half. It closed 10.10 today, down 93 cents or 8.43%. So nothing overwhelming. The only news had nothing to do with Teva in particular. It was ENDP, which filed for bankruptcy because they don't have a way to be able to pay off those opioid um, lawsuits. And one more for all of you people who have seen it on FinViz or anywhere else: Embark, EMBK. Um, some of these, some of the services have this stock as closing at 1245, up 1,493%. That is not accurate. It was a 1 for 20 reverse today. It closed at 1245, down 411 or 23%. Okay, tomorrow's Thursday, so on top of anything else like earnings, we have claims. Thursday's claims day. Oh, by the way, the only one that I was terribly concerned about this morning, as far as a miss, uh, Krispy Kreme. You know, it's worked its way up. The company was bankrupt. It's worked its way up from trading, below 12, let's say, in the 12 area. Uh, 3 days ago closed at 1565, so moving a little higher. Closed on the low, and today it closed at 1269, down 183 or 12.6%. And I'm telling you, if sales are down, it just means enough people aren't testing them because they aren't good. All right, everyone, I'll be back in the morning.